Hi everyone, this is Jonathan with Fishing with Faith Outdoors. I'm glad y'all tuned back in today. And today we're going to talk about the spinner rod. All right, there's been some questions asked about some line and leader, so y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in again, and I appreciate everyone that's been commenting and liking the videos. Y'all continue to do that. I really appreciate the support, and share with all your friends and family, any fellow fishermen and all that stuff. Y'all please share this channel and just let them know that I'm here to help, and if anything you need, just let me know and I'll try to go over it and that kind of thing. But anyway, let's get into this video. So, spinning rod. So the question that's been asked recently, and matter of fact, I think it's Casting Across Texas, asked, big shout out to him. Y'all go check his channel out. Good dude, does some really amazing job with the drop shot and some other stuff he does, but drop shot, he really does a good job with drop shot. So if y'all like drop shotting, go check him out. Good channel, and give him some support. But he was asking about the line and leader I use on my reels, so I figured I'd make a video on this. If there was anybody else kind of curious on why I use what I use on my spinning rod. I know I got some spinning rod videos in my I've done in the past on my channel, so a lot of people refer to it as a fairy stick. And honestly, that's just macho man. I only use bait caster mentality. I don't, trying to be, not biased about it or nothing, but, a spinning rod is a tool, just like a finishing hammer. You have a finishing hammer for finishing nails, okay? You're not going to use, a big 16 penny nail driving hammer to drive a finishing nail. I mean, you got to have certain tools for certain things to do the right job. Okay, so spinning rod is one of them tools that it needs to be in the boat. Okay, and I think it works very well for finesse. Smaller hooks, there's different lures. You can jerk baits, smaller crankbaits. I mean, a spinning rod doesn't. And I used to be, I never was the kind that didn't like a spinning rod. I always have. And but anyway, with that being said, a spinning rod is important. Okay, and I know there's a lot of this bait finesse stuff coming out, and I just don't buy into that. If you want to go all bait caster, that's fine. That's on, that's your deal. Okay, but you guys that like using spinning rods, it's a good tool to have in the boat. All right, so what do I like using with my spinning rod? For one, I typically use, as far as rod goes, a medium. Okay, a medium fast rod, and that will work with a lot of things. Shaky head, okay, drop shot, okay, smaller swim baits, smaller jig heads that you can use. And I'll show you that right there, smaller jig heads, something that's 1/4 inch or smaller, those smaller baits, that kind of thing. Here's one I use a lot on the medium fast rod. It's this little Gamakatsu underspin. Okay, it's like I think it's 1/8 ounce. Little Largo shad on the back. It's just easier to cast this on, for guys that like using a spinning rod. It's easy to cast this, okay, on a spinning rod than it is a bait caster. But so medium, and I also like a medium heavy rod too for shaky heading, or if I want to, do a split. I want to do a split shot or really finesse style. Carolina rig or something, a medium heavy, moderate fast tip is what you want. So this is a fast tip. This is a fast tip, so it's It's got it's got a lot more bend at the end than here, okay? But being a medium rod, it still allows it to give in this backbone. With a medium heavy, it's going to be a little stouter here, but that's why you want a moderate fast, or moderate fast rod, so you can get a little bit more bend here, you know, for the spinning rod. Unless you want to go medium heavy fast, you can do that too. Personally, I like the moderate fast because I can do a little bit more with that rod. Say for instance, if I do want to drag a lighter shaky head or drop shot on that medium heavy moderate fast, I can do so because it still has that good bend in the rod, okay? But generally I use medium fast rod, me personally, for just my lighter setups, my finesse stuff. I don't use any ultralight stuff, anything. I just haven't had a need for that. But medium heavy with the moderate fast tip, or the moderate or the medium with the fast tip, is generally what I use for majority of my spinning reel setups, okay? All right, reel, it doesn't matter. Most reels, this is the Aber Garcia Elite Max. You can get this on Amazon. I got this at Bass Pro, and for whatever reason they stopped carrying them. I just happened to get, I was fortunate enough I was able to get them before they got off the shelf. But it's a really good reel. I love this reel. That compared to my Nazca Shimano, not 100% as smooth as the Shimano, but it's right there with it. I love this reel. If I was able to get another one, I will. Matter of fact, I probably will get another one in the future. With Elite Max Aber Garcia. Okay, this is a 6:2 to 1 gear ratio. I personally like a higher gear ratio, anything from a 6 to a 7. I know it's hard to find the 7s. I know Aber Garcia makes a Rocket. I think it's called a Rocket or whatever, but it's like in the 7s. But a 6.5, a 6.2, 6.5 to 1 is typically what I go with when I go with a spinning reel. In the 3,000 size, you can go to 2,000 size, but I don't know if they'll come in a 6.2 to 1. Generally those are like a 5 something, but I could be wrong. You could find one in the 2,000, 2,500 size that's got the faster gear ratio. But me personally, I like the faster gear ratio in the 3,000 size reel. All right, now main line. Okay, my main line, now I will back my main line up with some cheap braid, tie some cheap braid, or some mono. You can tie, just spool up some, you can go to Walmart, buy the big game mono for like $6, and it's 300 yards spool, I think. And back that up with that, okay? Or some cheap line that's, you know, under $12, okay? That's all you need, is some cheap mono, you know, some 12, 15 pound mono. Back the reel up, you know, with some monofilament. That way you won't have to spool up a whole thing of braid on here. And I go with the braid, and the reason why I go with the braid, I've had fluorocarbon, I've had monofilament on these reels before. I do not like it. Now, there's a certain way you got to spool it on to get it where it won't hold any memory, and that just takes time. That's just aggravating to me. And then when it does get memory, it free floats off here, okay? It's like when you cast out and then you stop, and it gets that, you know, if you're not watching or paying attention, it'll free float off your reel. It's a mess, and it gets line twisting. It's so bad, and it's hard to manage sometimes. I know there's a lot of guys that are strictly, I won't do no braid this. That's fine. You do you, man. Me personally, braid is 100% way to go. I mean, there is no way I will go straight monofilament or fluorocarbon on my spinning reels ever again. Braid, you know, it casts better, it's manageable. It doesn't just fling off the spool like fluorocarbon or monofilament will do once it gets that memory in it. And it casts so well, and you know, it's just easier to deal with. Cut in real quick. Another pro to braid, and the reason why I use braid on my spinning reel, you get better sensitivity on it. Okay, I can feel the lightest little tick. Okay, and I don't have so much stretch in other lines to set the hook. You know, you just with that braid, with that leader, even with that leader, just you can just lift up on them, and that hook's pinned. Unless you're running a bigger Texas rig, you ain't got to jack the hook on a a little bit softer rod. You ain't have to jack the hook so hard with braid. A lot more sensitivity, better hook sets, okay, and no stretch. It gets it done. All right, back to the video. And the heaviest I go on my braid for a medium rod like this, medium fast rod, is 20 pounds. Now the medium heavy, you can go a little heavier if you want to. You can go on up to like, I'll say 40 max. Excuse me. I say 40 max. I haven't played around with that, I'm not sure, but just personally just thinking, if I was to do it 40 max on my braid on a medium heavy with a 3,000 or 4,000 size reel. Okay, now you can go 50 and 60 if you want to, experiment with that, see what works for you. But personally, on my medium fast rods, a 3,000 reel, 2,500 100 reel, 20 max, I just feel like that will just be plenty for your finesse. I use 15. I like the 15 pound. This is the Power Pro. I think it's either high vis or yellow. I try to go with a high vis yellow of some sort, simply so I can see it. You can do any color you want. That's totally up to you. Okay. And then the only downfall of the braid is you having to tie a leader. Now, if you do straight braid, if you want to do straight braid and work and just use it in water, say your water's dingy, muddy, whatever, and you say, well, I can get away with straight braid on certain things, that's fine. You can do that. I don't think I would use high vis yellow. I would get some green, some dark green or something, black, that way it wouldn't be so visible in the water with them dark waters. Probably green to be the best thing. I think green would pretty much blend with there's some brands out there like what's that one, Beyond Braid. They make some camouflage ones that probably be yeah, it's got brown in it, so it blend in with that brown water. So you can try that. But Beyond Braid's got a lot of choices in colors, really good. But I like the Power Pro. It's the one I got the most experience with, so that's what I stick with. But the only downfall of the braid, as far as clear waters or whatever, you worried about fish being line shot, is having to tie a leader. Okay, so let's see your leader. I got my drop shot there, and I'm not gonna undo this just to show y'all that, but I will try to demonstrate it here. How undo all this, just how tie a leader. But there's hundreds and hundreds of videos on how to tie leaders on your spinning reel. It's very simple, and if you are ready to do it, then you should know on that as well. But what I do is I get my leader line and I'll tie Alberto knot. You can do an FG if you want to. To me, I've tried it several times. It's never been successful with it. I guess I just have a hard time tying that knot. And to me, Alberto knot is the fastest and easiest knot there is. And I haven't had that particular knot failing me at all. There's been a couple times that it's failed, but it's simply because I knew that I didn't have it tied 100% right and it failed. So now I take my time with it, and it's still not a hard knot to tie. It's very simple and easy to tie. Tie Alberto knot to your braid, and what I do is I reel my braid down to that knot. It's at the last eye. That way I know I have plenty of line, and I run my line down the end of my rod, and I'll snip it off. After I tie the knot, I'll let my knot come down to here, let my line come out of the top guide of the rod down, okay, where your spool is, and snip it off at the bottom of the rod. So I know I have a good length of line. You don't have to do it that long. You can just go pull and then pull. That'll be plenty. And that's Brian Latimer's deal. Just pull you length here, then come back center and pull some more, then tie that on. You can do that as well, depending on what you're doing, depending on your leader size. So, and generally, top water, 12-pound monofilament, that's what I usually use if I do a top water. Braid floats, so you can use monofilament top water poppers and stuff like that. But when I'm doing drop shots, Texas or small Texas rigs, or shake it heads, or Ned rigs, anything that's finesse, whatever, I generally go from 8 to 6. And I generally, me personally, I tie on 8 because I don't have ultra clear waters right here, so I do just fine with 8-pound fluorocarbon a liter, and I ain't never had no problems with it. It's pretty darn strong and it holds up. But as far as that goes, that's all I know to tell you on that, guys and girls. You know, it's pretty dang simple, and I thought I'd touch on it in this video just to kind of throw it out there. Like I said, I've been asked a couple times on what I use and how I use, so but that's just what I do with it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I do have some fish catches I want to show y'all. Added this video, just matter of fact, the wacky rig. Yeah, wacky rig's great on the spinner rod. I love a wacky rig. So enjoy these fish catches, and we'll see y'all at the next one. God bless. Y'all be safe. All right, so we're gonna throw around a wacky rig a little bit, and we got a Texas rig.
Oh, Timmy!
Yeah, and there's my brother over there. He's
we're
throwing around a wacky rig a little bit. You see if he can get the hang of that. Watch out, buddy. All right, Timmy, this is how you do this. Watch. You just flip it out there by the bank like that, and let it just sink.
And you gotta throw it like that. You gotta catch.
Yeah. Then when it hits bottom, just raise up on it a little bit and let it fall back down. And if you don't get a bit like that, a bite like that, then just pick it up and cast it again.
Uh-oh, Dad.
Yeah, get it off around your rod, your reel, your rod. Got him.
What?
Look at that. That easy, Timmy.
You got a small one?
Yep. You may not get nothing out there in the middle there. You gotta cast around that bank.
I want the whole thing. I'm gonna give me it.
Where'd that line come from?
I'm gonna give me
Look
it.
at me. Look at me.
I'm gonna give me it.
You gonna cast? You gonna throw it back? Good job. Look at this. Somebody been out here doing something. Oh, got him.
Come here.
You come here.
You come here. Let me show me it. Throw it like that and then go way down there. You gotta throw it way down there. Like this. Woo! And throw it way down there. You gotta throw it with your hands like this.
All right, we got him that time. Get out of the tree. Woo, we got him that time.
Small one? You got another small one?
Your uncle's down there looking like, why, man, why?
You got another small one?
Yeah.
You brought your fishy pole?
No, I didn't break it. Oh, we got another one.
What? You got a big one?
Yeah, we got another one.
Oh, you got another small
Yep.
one? Whoa, you got another small one.
Another small one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't.
gosh. Look, he came off. Oh, there we go. Well, we got a good one this time. Look at here. Look, William. Swimming that Googan squad. They're over here, man. You got one? Look at him. There you go. There you go. Got him on the wacky rig. Hang on. We'll get this on camera. Heck yeah. Uncle Timmy got him one.
This guy's small.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a decent size one for what I've been catching.
I got you one.
Alright, lip him. Get the hook out.
Watch out, William.
Don't throw him back. Lip him so I can get a picture with you and William.
Lip him.
Lip him with your thumb. You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Look, William. Hang on. Alright, look at me, William. Look. No, stand over. Look. Stand right here. Now look at me. William, look at me. Alright. Good job. What do you think about that wacky rig?
Try it again.
You like it, don't you?
Daddy, gonna find
Simple
it.
deal.